Hi there. I've been looking through all of these YouTube videos at motorcycle vlogging, people making videos while they're on their bikes using various cameras, GPS, music on the go, and the ability to make telephone calls and have an intercom system. And having browsed around the web, it looks like quite an expensive game to play. So I set about trying to do this as cheaply as possible. So what I'm now going to do is run through what I bought and why I bought it and how I fitted it and how I made it all work together. I think this is probably the cheapest way that it can be done, although quite obviously if there are any others out there who've done it even better than I have, please add your comments below. I've added links where I can in the comments section, and hopefully that will lead anyone down the right path. I'm based in the UK, so the links are certainly, as far as eBay is concerned, the UK eBay, but most of these products now are available worldwide. Okay, first of all, the helmet. You need something with a microphone and you need something with speakers, and in this day and age it needs Bluetooth connectivity. So here's my trusty RI helmet, and I've bought one of these cheapy Bluetooth connectors, and all you do is clip this on the side of the helmet. The headset then plugs in. Where are we? Let's get that straight. Underneath, you can just see it there. Speakers then go up inside. I had to pull out the cheap pads on the RI and thread everything behind them, but the speakers are in these recesses in the padding, and the microphone, I don't know whether it shows up, is right there. So that's all neatly done. There will be no wires going from the helmet to anywhere because it's all on Bluetooth. Next up was the GPS. Well, you can either go down the route of buying a Garmin Zumo, which costs absolutely millions, or you can take the cheapy route. I happen to have an old Garmin Nuvi 610T GPS system. Yes, it was for the car, but it had full UK and full European mapping on it. Now, I hadn't updated the maps in about 10 years, and I was all set to buy a new GPS unit, especially as I couldn't get this one to talk to my smartphone. Being so old, it was working on some old protocol and wouldn't talk to my old style. It would talk to my old style phone, it wouldn't talk to my smartphone. So, in desperation, I logged on to the Garmin website and downloaded the latest firmware for it, at which point it was talking to my smartphone. So that was a one-up. I then did the search on Google for free Garmin map updates, and lo and behold, it led me to a guy on YouTube who was making available these maps, or the source of the maps, that could be downloaded, and with very little technical knowledge I managed to download a complete set of 2014 UK and European maps. So that was that job done. I did have to buy a new memory card for this one. The old one I kept with the original maps on just in case, and the new European maps wouldn't fit onto it anyway. This one is I think a 2 gig, can't even remember now, 4 gig, right. So yeah, all the European maps are on there. I also went to another site and downloaded a full set of speed camera alerts, again all for free. So this GPS unit which is actually a very good one in the way that it operates. I'm really happy with it. It's now bang up to date, all new maps, all new speed camera warnings, and that's all hunky-dory. The only downside is, because the unit is so old, the internal battery is absolutely useless, and a full charge lasts about 2 minutes, I think. I can get a replacement battery off eBay, so that won't be a problem. And apart from which, when it's used in the car or on the bike, it's plugged in to the power supply anyway, so the battery is pretty much an irrelevance. So that was the GPS setup. The next problem was the Bluetooth on the Garmin wouldn't talk to the Bluetooth on the helmet. So although I could attach this to the bike, I couldn't hear the voice commands. So how was I going to overcome that problem? There was no way of pairing this to the headset because the code for the headset was 1234, and of course there's no way of typing a code in. So at that point I thought I was absolutely finished. Again, another trip round the web, and I chanced across a guy who'd come up with this solution. Now then, what's this little box of tricks, you might well ask? Well, it's a Bluetooth transmitter. There are two types of these, well, three types. The first one is a Bluetooth transmitter, the second one is a Bluetooth receiver, the third one is a Bluetooth transmitter and receiver in one unit. However, for this one, all I need to do is transmit the sounds from the Garmin to the headset. So all that I need to do is plug this in, pair it to the headset, which it will do because it picks up all the different standard default codes, and that will then transmit the voice commands from the headset socket on the Garmin to the Bluetooth unit on the helmet. Next up, enter the smartphone. These are about £60 in the UK. It's a Huawei, I think that's how it's pronounced, or it might be UA. It's an amazing little smartphone. It does absolutely everything, and all I've ever bought for it is this little plastic shock absorbing case. I think it's called Rockfish or something, and it's never ever let me down. Android phone. It comes with UA's proprietary software, and it does it all. I can't complain. £60, and I pay £10 a month on O2 for pay-as-you-go service. So you're thinking, what use is a smartphone with this setup? Well, the headset, by pressing that blue button, will allow you to take a call from the Bluetooth paired phone. Not only that, but you can play the music that you've stored on the phone through the same headset. Not only that, but you can hear the GPS voice commands through the same headset. Now, in addition to all of this, I have on this phone something called Map Factor Navigator. Loading data. Hallelujah. See, I told you it loads up eventually. Right, you can search for anywhere you want on here. Let's just pick somewhere at random.
Recalculating the route.
Waiting for it to calculate the route. And there you go. From a house all the way up to somewhere in the East Midlands. It works. And not only that, I've tested this with that headset, and the phone pairs with the headset perfectly. I can therefore stick the phone in my pocket and listen to the voice commands only if I want to, and navigate myself anywhere I so choose. Now then, motorcycles. They don't have a roof and it rains. I should know, I've been riding them for around 40 years, and I'm not just a fair weather rider. I've been all across Europe, Spain, France, Holland, Germany, Luxembourg, Belgium, did I say Germany? Anywhere. And yeah, it's great weather sometimes, but other times it can absolutely pour down. On some bikes I've actually used that Garmin completely out in the open, just mounted on a ball joint behind a screen, and as long as the bike's moving, not much water gets on it. And it's been in some quite torrential rain and it's never suffered any damage. However, I don't like trusting to luck. So, what was the solution? Enter the cheapy waterproof handlebar mounted, complete with universal joint waterproof bag. It simply unzips, lift the lid up. It comes with all of these optional padding pieces, and what I did was to cut one of these up so that I can put the blocks in here. Right, I'll make this more permanent when I know exactly what's going to happen, but as you will see, yes, this looks great and this looks great, and that does fit in there, and on the face of it, perfect solution. However, the Garmin only activates its GPS properties when you flick the rear aerial up, at which point it's not going to fit in the bag, because apart from anything else, the zip is only a single tab one, so it has to go all the way around to seal it. If it had been two zips, you could have just drawn them together at the top here and left the aerial sticking out, but you can't do that. So I had to overcome this problem, and the way to overcome that was to cut a small piece of the packing foam, go to the back of the sat-nav unit. I'm going to attach that in there with the aerial just that little bit open. It will activate, so I can then put that one in there, put that one in there, that one in there, put the lid over the top, zip it all up, and hey presto, one fully functioning sat-nav in a waterproof case. Okay, one interesting fact is, because of the different ways that touch screens use the touch screen technology, the Garmin will work through this case, the smartphone will not. You need the residual electrical current from your fingers to make a smartphone touchscreen work. Okay, that's all of that set up.